Welcome to the demo of Orator Dictation System software by ByteScribe. The Orator Dictation System is a multi-line telephone dictation and transcription system. Dictation is recorded over telephone lines and is stored on the computer hard drive. Dictation files can be exported to an internet site where they can be accessed by transcriptionists. This demo will cover the basic steps for configuring the system for dictation. It will also go through the steps of setting up users, recording dictation, managing files, and creating custom reports. When starting the system, the main Orator Dictation System window appears. This main window displays the number of telephone ports waiting to receive calls. The Orator Dictation System window must stay opened in order to receive incoming calls. In order for callers to access the system, we will need to create a user profile for each user. To do this, we will click on the Orator Users button on the toolbar. In the Orator Users window, we see a list of users already entered into the system. We will click the Add User button in the toolbar to add a new user. In the Add New User window, we will enter the user information. First, we will select the user type. From the drop-down list, we can select Dictator or Transcriptionist. Next, we will enter the user's name, user's 4-digit ID, and the default job type. The job type is a folder on the system to group work together. If the default job type field is left blank, the user will be prompted to enter a job type when calling the system. The backspace and rewind intervals determine the sensitivity of the rewind function. A location code can be assigned for each user. If the location code field is blank, the user will be prompted to enter a location code when calling the system. A 3-digit password is optional for additional security. To modify the custom key mapping, we click the Custom Key Mapping button. The Custom Key Mapping window displays functions for each key on a telephone keypad. The functions for each key can be changed by selecting a function from the drop-down list by each numeric key. In this example, we will change the function of the number 5 key. Normally, the Save Menu function of the number 5 key will enable the user to save a dictation file as either normal or priority status dictation. By selecting the Quick Save function, the priority option is disabled for the current user, and all files will be saved as normal status. We click the OK button to save our custom key mapping settings and to return to the Add New User window. If the dictator is to enter medical record numbers, we select the User Must Enter Medical Record Numbers checkbox. If we wish for the caller to hear a voice recording stating the dictator's name, we select the Play User Confirmation Prompt checkbox. We click the Create button to create the user profile. We click the Close button to exit the Add New User window. The new user appears in the Orator Users list. We click the Exit button to close the Orator Users window. Once users have been entered and telephone lines have been plugged into the system, dictators may begin calling the system to record dictation. The main Orator Dictation window displays the status of incoming calls. Here we see an incoming call on channel 1. we see that a caller with user ID 4545 is connected to the system. The file being recorded has a job number of 0304-008. The job number is a unique identifier that indicates a date followed by a sequence number. In this case, the file is the 8th job recorded on the date March 4th. Once the caller hangs up, the line status returns to on hook and the status is idle and waiting. To see jobs that have been recorded on the system, we click the Dictation Browser button on the toolbar. The Dictation Browser window displays all dictation jobs on the system. A status flag appears by each job in the Dictation Browser window. Green flags indicate new dictation jobs. White flags indicate priority or stat jobs. Red flags indicate completed jobs. The Dictation Browser list can be sorted by clicking on any of the column headers. Clicking once will sort the column in ascending order. Clicking a second time will sort the column in descending order. To listen to a voice file through the computer speakers, we can double-click on the job. The voice file will appear in ByteScribe Wave Player. We'll click the Play button in Wave Player to listen to the file. After listening to the voice file, we will exit the Wave Player. We can change the status of any job by right-clicking on the dictation job. Then we select Change Status To from the pop-up menu. The available status options appear. In this example, we will change the status to Stat. When prompted to confirm, we select Yes. To change the job type, we again can right-click on the dictation job. We select Move Files To from the pop-up menu and we select Type 5. When prompted to confirm, we select the Yes button. The job type has been changed to Type 5. It is easy to create quick reports from within the Dictation browser. To create a quick report of selected files, we highlight the files we would like to have in our report. We can click the first file, hold down the Shift key, and click the last file to highlight consecutive jobs. We can also hold down the Control key to select jobs that are not consecutive. To create a quick report, right-click on any of the selected jobs and select Quick Report from the pop-up menu. We click the X in the top right corner to exit the quick report. We can also create custom reports from the Dictation browser. We will select the Custom Report button from the toolbar. In the Custom Report window, we can select the report format from the drop-down list. In this example, we will create a report of all new or stat files on the system. We select the appropriate option from the Status drop-down list. The custom report appears. We click the X in the top right corner to exit the report. We can now close the custom report window. We click the Cancel button. The Dictation browser can be configured to be used in transcribe mode. This is common where transcriptionists are connected to the dictation system through a local area network. We click on the Settings button to view our configuration settings. In the Browser Settings window, we see that the browser is set to refresh automatically. We can also set filter options to limit which files appear in the Dictation browser window. In the transcription section, we will select the option to use Dictation Browser in transcribe mode. We also select the transcriptionist that will be using this Dictation Browser from the drop-down list. We click the OK button to save our settings. Now we will demonstrate how the Dictation Browser can be used in transcribe mode. We can double-click on a job to play the file with Wave Player as we did earlier. This time we see that the status first changes to In Use. This lets other transcriptionists that may be using the system know that the dictation job is in use. The file can be transcribed in Microsoft Word or any word processor. Once the job has been transcribed, we exit or minimize Wave Player. Next, we double-click on the same file that is marked as In Use. We are prompted to confirm that we want to mark the job as completed. We click the Yes button. Now that the job is marked as completed, we can continue the same way through all jobs that are marked as New or Stat. When finished transcribing, we can click the Exit button to close the Dictation Browser window. Now we will take a look at the configuration settings for the main Orator Dictation System window. We click the Settings button. On the General tab of the Settings window, we see that we can set the number of days before completed files are purged from the system. We can also set the number of job type folders. Job types are the key organizational tool for the Orator system. Each user's files can be assigned to a particular job type. For example, if Dr. Jones is assigned to job type 7, any transcriptionist accessing type 7 will access Dr. Jones' dictation. This is true whether the transcriptionist is receiving files over the Internet or dialing directly into the Orator system. Next, we click on the User Settings tab. Here we see settings that affect all users of the system. In this example, we will select the Play Job Number When Saving File checkbox. This setting will allow each dictator to automatically hear the job number of the current dictation when saving the file. Next, we will click the Advanced tab. On the Advanced tab, we can manually set settings for specific system issues. For more information about advanced setting, refer to the Orator System Manual. We click the OK button to save our settings. The Orator system stores information about each call that connects to the system. This data includes connection time, date, channel, and file name information. We can see this information by clicking the History Reports button in the toolbar. From the History window, we select a history file by clicking the Open button. From the Open History File dialog box, we can select the history file based on the month and year. A listing of every call for the selected month is displayed in the History window. We can scroll down to view all the entries. To run a report, we can highlight any of the entries in the history list. We can then right-click on any of the entries and select Quick Report from the pop-up menu. The Quick Report appears. We will click on the X in the top right corner to close the Quick Report. We can also run custom reports by clicking the Custom Report button. Custom reports are created the same way as shown earlier in the Dictation browser window. We will exit the History window to return to the main Orator Dictation System window. This concludes our brief presentation. For more information about the Orator Dictation System, please see our support website at www.bytescribe.com/support and find this section for Orator Dictation. We thank you for viewing this demo.